So we're here with JD tonight. So Chesham 2, Dorchester 0. 3 points, clean sheet. Can you ask for any more?
No, clean sheet obviously is important because we're going to these tight games. You want to obviously make sure you're not shipping goals, and scoring 2 is pleasing. When it gets to this stage, it's performances are important, but it comes down to results, really, doesn't it? So it's a job well done. 1 more ticked off, then we've got 3 more to go.
There's lots of oohs and ahs and missed chances and opportunities. That must be pleasing, or is the clean sheet more pleasing?
Clean sheet is definitely pleasing. There's an argument, obviously, say the missed chances, but if you're creating the chances, for me that's pleasing, because obviously you're getting yourselves in those positions. We've got guys up there who can score goals. Obviously that's been evident this year. Obviously scoring 2, we have missed some to score more, but we'll take it.
As you say, it's not even if it's just one player. It seems to be everybody was just dying to get their name on the sheet. Was that because of last week's 5, do you think?
Maybe. I just think the way we played and the way it went was we created opportunities. We made a couple of subs. Obviously, the attackers, we've got different attacking players. Obviously, it's good because they're desperate to score. They want to get themselves on the score sheet. I know they missed a couple of opportunities, but maybe the 5 had something to do with it last week, and maybe obviously they want to put it in mine and Muz's heads that they want to play, which is good.
So that's giving you a bit of a headache for team selection. So I'm not going to ask you about your next team selection, but it's good to have a few extra days rest this time.
Yeah, so we got caught a little bit cold last year. I think we went Saturday, Monday, and we thank you to Dorchester and Glenn. I know Glenn well. He's a good guy, manager, and he has helped us out by coming here on Good Friday. So I'd like to thank him and Dorchester. They're coming. And the reason we did it is to, like I say, just to get the extra days of recovery in. Doesn't mean you're going to win the game, of course doesn't, but it just gives you more of a preparation to go into it, which is the reason why obviously we tried to get it on a Friday. So we have got it. We've got an extra days recovery, so the boys need to recover. Yeah, the squads we're looking like is in a good place. So boys have got to fight for their place when they get it and they start. They've got to take the opportunity.
I know it's one thing we don't normally talk about playoffs, and it's see what happens, but we've said no midweek games, and other teams have got those games and everything playing against each other. How confident?
I think you've got to firstly look after yourselves, and you've got to hit a target of getting in there. Now, obviously, what that point target will be, it's very hard to dictate that because there's still so many teams going for it. There's still 3, 4, who are still trying to battle it out for those places. So there's a couple obviously give me's, they're kind of already in there, and the rest of us are scrapping away. So the first we've got to take care of ourselves. So what we said to the boys, kind of with 5 games to go, we just said, look, if we can get a good point return within the 5 games, then we'd have a good chance of being in there. So I think that's the first main focus you've got to look at, because I think you get sucked in and drawn into looking at other fixtures and who's playing who. Don't rely on them, rely on what we've got to do. Obviously, it's come to a point where we're a bit bad weather and teams have got to play catch up. So there are a couple of teams behind us who are a couple of games behind. So they've got games, and they've got short turnarounds. So, but that's up to them to manage their squads and their fixture, how they do it. Look after ourselves. If we get a good point return out of the next 3, we're going to put ourselves in a good position to be in there.
And obviously, I think the most happiest man today was probably Matt, the physio. Just sat down all day, didn't have to get up and go on the pitch. So no knocks to worry about today, so that must be even more pleasing as well.
It's the first game, I think, of the first few weeks where I haven't done it. I think because before we did, it was heavy with fixtures. We were Saturday, Tuesday, and it was a big toll on the squad and the boys, where obviously the fixtures have come down a little bit. So yeah, another plus to obviously winning 2-0 today was we've come unscathed with no injuries. No one's had to come off. We've made subs tactically or to save a bit of legs into it as well. So yeah, that's very pleasing from the squad's point of view.
So what else were you really pleased about, apart from the creative, clean sheets?
I think we got better out of possession. I think that when we went through a bit of a stage where we've become too loose, we've become too open, and I think we've just kind of reined that in a little bit, and we kind of turn around when the ball turns over and we give up possession. It's just getting back into shape, and I think that's more evident. That it's over the last kind of 4 or 5 games. So I think that again today, no matter who you're playing, we did it against Yate, we did it against Dorchester, we did it again against Hayes. When you're out of possession, there's a shape that we take up, and we've got to get there as quick as we can. So for me, out of possession, definitely we've definitely improved that the last few.
And finally, the great stat of the game. Out of 10, your marks for today.
Solid enough. We'll go 8. Solid enough performance. I think they did a job that was we had to do today. Is kind of do it. So yeah, solid performance 8.
We'll take an 8 and we'll go again on Monday.
Yeah, Hayes. Yeah, tough game, but yeah, we'll go again Monday. Let's go.
Okay. Thanks for your thoughts. Speak to you then.
Thank you.